All right, we need to talk about John Henryism and how it affected Chadwick Boseman during his last days. Now, if you remember in 2020, Chadwick Boseman passed away due to his secret battle with colon cancer. Basically, he was battling stage 3 colon cancer for the last 4 years of his life. In 2016, all throughout when he was filming Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame, and just throughout, his last career or his years of his career, he was just battling colon cancer up to his last days in 2020. His battle was kept private. Not even Ryan Coogler knew. Most of his co-stars didn't know. Only a few people and his family knew about his, disease, because he wanted to summon up the courage to continue his work throughout his last days. And he gave some of his best performances in these movies and stuff to entertain America while going through cancer. But a lot of people don't understand that he probably would have had many, many more good years going forward if he took time to rest and stuff. And that is when John Henryism comes into play. So basically, John Henryism, as I read through here, in context of public health, refers to the coping mechanism where individuals facing adversity, particularly social discrimination, respond by working harder and longer to overcome challenges. This high-effort coping can lead to negative health consequences such as cardiovascular disease, such as hypertension, heart disease, and end up into chronic stress. Now, with Chadwick Boseman, he passed away to cancer. It wasn't heart disease, it wasn't congestive heart failure, it wasn't nothing else but cancer. But the amount of work that he was putting out in those last 4 years probably took a toll on his body to where cancer probably had a better effect on him. The reason he wanted to take a rest and stuff, because as one of the most premier Black superheroes, being Black Panther, he didn't want to let a lot of kids, the Black community, as well as the entire film industry down, because he played some of the most iconic roles, said the most iconic things, and it was just brought a spotlight to the culture. And he felt like if he just stopped and just try to live out the rest of his years, he wouldn't have a great impact he had on the culture. And even to this day, he's celebrated for this work ethic even in his last, days, which is courageous, and I think it needs to be applauded, but we shouldn't aspire to it. Like, when you are sick, you should deserve the rest. When you are sick, you deserve to live out the rest of your days, or whatever days you have, just not doing anything and just healing or being with family and stuff. But he spent these days trying to entertain America. That is the biggest thing that we need to take from this. And while we congratulate them, we remember his legacy, we continue to live, with him in our hearts and all this stuff. We need to have a serious conversation about John Henryism, because it's affecting a lot of people, especially in the Black community.